Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to week 8 of Shakespeare. I'm so glad you're all here. We have made it through the comedies. Bravo. Excellent work wading through all of the genius that Shakespeare gave us. And excellent work on the comedy quiz that you took on Sunday. It's been brought to my attention if you answered question 9 and spelled Terence with 2 R's. You will get points for that. I'm going to go back in and manually change that, as well as question 19. So thank you for the feedback. This is the first time Shakespeare as a class has run in over 5 years. The guy who used to teach it retired and nobody else wanted to teach it until I came, because this class is awesome and I'm so incredibly stoked to be teaching it and having you guys here. But that means that there was nothing to build this class from. So it was all from scratch. Very excited how it's come together, but things like quizzes need some beta testing. And so you guys were the betas who did the testing. So thank you for the feedback, particularly on questions 9 and 19. I will get those changed, make sure everybody gets points for those. So keep up the great work, keep up the analytical reading. Kudos to everyone for just being mega rock stars. Bravo. You should be very proud of yourselves. So this week, we get to transfer into a new genre. I know we're getting so tired of all the comedy, right? No, nobody gets tired of comedy. Comedy is awesome. But we do have to touch on the other genres because Shakespeare wrote a bunch of different styles of plays, and we need to give credit where credit is due and spend a little time with his other styles. So this week, we get to read one of probably Shakespeare's most famous histories, which is Henry V. Now, he wrote a whole series of Henry plays, as well as Richard plays, and a couple other histories. You'll get to read all about those in our handy-dandy giant mega book, pages 615 through 627 on the histories here. The histories are some of the plays that Shakespeare was kind of finding his footing with, and he relied quite heavily on other authors, as well as there's evidence that he co-wrote some of these plays with other authors. So you might feel a sense of shift in voice as he's writing a little bit, because there were other influences coming in besides just Shakespeare composing his own work here. And you'll read more about that in this history section. So really interesting as we read the history of Shakespeare writing histories, there's some interesting notes to be made. So we'll be reading Henry V, which is arguably his most famous of these plays. It will be fun. I mean, Henry V has a lot of drama. It is about a war and also a courtship. So there's a little bit of comedy, there's a little bit of romance, but like a lot of war and politics and some dying. So good history stuff. So read the intro to Henry V. We'll be reading Henry V this week. Just have it done by Friday, as with all of our plays. I'll be posting the recorded lecture for Henry V tomorrow morning, so you'll have plenty of time to go through that, which will offer some historical context for the real Henry as and juxtaposition between the real Henry and the fictional Henry. And then we will watch a film version of Henry V. We have a couple options for that. I'll point out in the modules tab. And then we have probably my assignment I am most excited to see you guys do, selfishly. So I'm going to talk about this and then I'm going to show you the modules tab. So for Henry V, because histories maybe aren't quite as exciting as the comedies or the tragedies even, we are going to try and make the histories a little more exciting. So what you get to do for this is I want you to write a song about Henry V. Now, you don't have to come up with a new original song. If you want to, absolutely, have fun, go for it. But for those of us who are not musically inclined, pick a famous song that you love. It could be anything. I did an example with Smash Mouth's All Star because it was the song that was stuck in my head because my children watch Shrek. So that's why this is the example. So for this assignment, you need to tell me the title and the performer of the original song and link me a recording because I may not know all the songs. Shocker. My music knowledge might be a little outdated. Currently, I've been listening to a lot of children's music, so unless you're doing something from the Laurie Berkner band, I might not know it. So do the original title and performer of the original song, and a link to the recording, which I've done here for you as an example. All Star by Smash Mouth. Here's a link to that. Then write your chorus that provides all the essential plot points of the play. And then write a paragraph of analysis. It doesn't have to be a super long paragraph, minimum 50 words. That tells me why you picked the song and why you thought these particular plot points were the most essential. And then I want you to respond to a classmate, because these songs I'm just anticipating are gonna be bonkers amazing. So everyone should get to enjoy them. So respond to a classmate. Tell them how awesome their song rewrite is, and start a conversation about the play, your favorite elements, whatever you want to do there. If you would like to earn extra credit points, this is totally optional. If you want to earn extra credit points, you can record yourself singing your version of the song and upload it to the discussion board as a part of your original post, and I will give you extra credit points for that, because that just sounds like super duper fun for me to listen to, because I'm a selfish person. So if you want to earn extra credit points here, record yourself singing it, upload it. I'll be ecstatic. I'll grab popcorn and watch it. It'll be just so good. So as an example, because I didn't want to give it away for Henry V, I did my example with Shakespeare's play Macbeth. In this play, Macbeth is told by some witches that he gets to be king. So he and his wife go and murder everybody. And then his wife goes insane. And then he dies because a guy named Macduff comes and takes back the castle. So fun stuff in that play. We won't be reading Macbeth, but if you have extra time, it's super fun. If you ever perform it in the theater, though, it's referred to as the Scottish play, because if you say the word Macbeth, you're basically cursing the theater and bad luck will follow. So you're not allowed to say the word Macbeth in a theater, just like as a tip for you, or if you're ever on Jeopardy. Can't say Macbeth in a theater. It's called the Scottish play if you ever have to talk about it. But I did try and rewrite All Star by Smash Mouth for you as a gift. So this is the example. I'm not going to sing it for you because I'm very bad at singing, is basically the bottom line. Like, if you need to be able to picture it, picture like what a coyote would sound like if you put him in a trash compactor. Sound bad? Yes, that is what my singing sounds like. So I won't sing it for you, but I had so much fun writing this. So I hope you guys have fun writing your song rewrites that tell the plot of Henry V. And then writing your short paragraph of analysis, and then responding to a classmate, furthering the conversation, telling them they're awesome, pointing out maybe some plot points or rhyme differences you could have done if you wanted to. Just a chance to further the conversation and enjoy each other's excellent creative work. And as extra credit, if you want to record yourself singing it or performing it, pop that link in here and you'll get extra credit points as well. Woohoo! Such a cool assignment. So our play this week is Henry V. As always, I like to kind of give you an article that gives some additional perspective. So if you want to get a more modern perspective of Henry V, I've got an article that helps you out with here. We do have a free copy of Henry V performed by the Royal Shakespeare Company. So obviously awesome. The one that I love so much is one that has Tom Hiddleston in it. If you're familiar with any of the Marvel movies, he's the guy who plays Loki. So that's fun. And it is just an episode. Like, it's not, you don't have to watch this whole series. The Hollow Crown is all of Shakespeare's histories. All we have to watch is Henry V. So you can rent this one. Henry V is the one starring Tom Hiddleston and how he overcomes incredible odds to win a war with France. Spoiler alert. So really fabulous. I didn't want to buy it yet. Fabulous version of the play with Tom Hiddleston, but also the Henry V by the Royal Shakespeare Company. Equally mind-blowingly awesome. And also it has that side-by-side video and text, so you can read through the play and watch the play at the same time, which is pretty nifty. So feel free to enjoy this version as well. So this is going to be our shot at the histories. If you like the histories, you are of course welcome to watch more. But we're just going to be doing one history before we move into the tragedies with Hamlet. And it's going to be fun, guys. So enjoy Henry V. Let me know if you have any questions, and I cannot wait for Friday to see your assignments. All right, guys, have a great week. Reach out with any questions. I'm here to help.